Baseball is back, and I am here to give you some MLB betting strategies while giving out some early picks for tomorrow's MLB betting slate, looking at Thursday, March 30th. I am incredibly excited that baseball is back. Last season, baseball was incredibly fun. It was my first year really diving in to MLB betting, so it was very fun for me to be able to finally conquer it. For those of you that followed along with me last summer knew that I really struggled at the beginning of baseball season as I was trying to just kind of figure some things out. A lot of that, to be honest with you, was just bad luck. I didn't change a ton with my strategy, but towards the end of it, things started to work out and I ended up in the green, funny enough, with betting on baseball. So in this video, again, I'm going to talk about MLB betting strategy while giving out some early bets for tomorrow. So there are a couple different tools to use to find profitable bets. The positive EV page is how I found one. The next page I found using the OddsJam low holds page. But starting off, the first bet that we're going to lock in here is in the Giants versus Yankees game. And we are going to take the Giants-Yankees total runs to go over 7, minus 115 odds at FanDuel. So the first thing that you need to look for when you are positive expected value betting are these no vig odds that you see here. So for those of you that haven't yet watched a video about the positive expected value page, everything is derived from these no vig odds that you see here. Essentially, the way it works is OddsJam pulls lines from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world, removes the vig from those sharp sportsbooks, and then uses a weighted average to remove the vig and apply these no vig odds that you see here. So all you really need to know about these no vig odds is that they represent the most accurate line of what a market should be priced at. So in this case, the Yankees Giants over 7 runs, the no vig line has it at minus 120, which is it saying that this really should be priced at about minus 120, but FanDuel is offering it at minus 115. So there's a 5-cent gap between these two books that represents your profitability, right? The gap between these two numbers is also calculated in this percent that you see here. So essentially, the bigger the gap between these two numbers, the bigger this percent is going to be. This percent, which in this case 2.12, can be viewed essentially as your percent edge over the sportsbook. It's also the percent of expected value, and it also calculates your expected profit margin as well. But that doesn't mean that I just blindly hammer every single play that shows up here on the positive EV page, right? Like I have it filtered specifically for the MLB, but I don't just blindly hammer every single one of these bets. What you want to do is you want to open the event page in a new tab, and it pulls up the screen that you see here, which is just basically the entire betting markets for this specific play, the total runs in Giants Yankees. So we bet minus 115 at FanDuel. Now there's a couple reasons why I like this bet. Number one, and this you can kind of see right off the bat, some sportsbooks actually price this total at 7.5. And that half run is a huge deal in baseball in the long run, right? Like if they score 7 runs, our bet pushes, this bet loses, right? And those types of edges add up a ton in the long run. So that half a run is a big deal. Another reason why I like it is just compare the odds of the bet we're placing to every other book that is pricing this individual play, right? Starting with Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. If you click this button, show no vig odds, it does exactly what it sounds like. It removes the vig from every sportsbook that is pricing it. So if we click this button, we see that the true line that Pinnacle prices this is at minus 119. And if you remember, we got it at minus 115. So it beats the no vig odds of Pinnacle Sportsbook. Another reason why I like it, just look at the no vig odds of every other book that prices this. BetMGM, minus 121. Caesars, minus 122. BetRivers, minus 120. Bookmaker is another sharp sportsbook, and it's the only one that has it below the number that we got it at minus 114, but it still is just a cent off. So it's possible that Bookmaker will end up changing their odds to match the rest of the sportsbooks. And then Fliff, a new sportsbook that we added, has us at minus 117. So the minus 115 at FanDuel beats the no vig odds of the majority of the other sportsbooks that price it. That's a sign that we are betting on a good play. So that's play number one, Yankees, Giants over 7 runs, minus 115 at FanDuel. The next play I found using the OddsJam low holds page, and it's kind of a random market, but the play we are looking at is the first 3 innings total runs to go under 2.5, minus 122 odds at FanDuel. So a low hold is essentially when you can place a bet on both sides of a market, like the over and the under, or both teams to cover 2.5, whatever it may be. But the odds of the two sportsbooks are so close together that you can literally bet both sides and come close to breaking even, or in some cases, actually break even. So the logic of why you would use a low hold is mostly for like deposit matches, playthrough bonuses, to reach another tier of a sportsbook's reward system. Pretty much any scenario where you can risk a certain amount of money and guarantee that you're not going to lose anything. But because you are risking that money, you get some sort of reward. But with that said, if there was ever a situation where you can bet both sides of the same exact market, like the over and the under, and the odds are so close that you could either break even or come very, very close to breaking even, the most likely scenario here is that there's some sort of mispriced line. So you want to do the same thing. You want to open this up in a new tab, and it pulls up the screen that we see here. So over, under 2.5. And it's the same logic, right? You want to click show no vig odds. And what do we see here? This -122 that we bet at FanDuel beats the no vig line of every single sportsbook except for one, which is Bet Rivers. So we locked it in at -122, BetMGM -134, Caesars and DraftKings and Flip all at -132, with Bet Rivers, the one that's below it, at -117. So these -122 odds at FanDuel are a pretty good price. And that's going to be it for this video. So 2 MLB bets for you guys to lock in. If you're tailing these, please comment, let me know. Would love to hear it. Other than that, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit me up at my Twitter handle you see on the screen here, and enjoy the MLB season, and have a good one.